with your hand in the middle. It can be either hand. This is a warm-up spin. You're gonna go from one side to the other side. Now, if your staff is very heavy like this one, you want to start slowly at first. If it's really light, you can go as fast as you want. But pay attention to what you're feeling in your wrist. You don't want to overdo it and injure yourself at the beginning of your training. You're going to do this for 30 seconds in each hand, put it in the other hand, and go side to side. Start to speed it up. And now you're going to go to your second move. When you learn how to spin your staff, you want to be able to go from one hand to the other hand smoothly, quickly. Learn bow staff spins quickly. Requires a hand transfer, and you're going to do that just by bringing your pinkies together. Palm faces the sky. The hand turns out as far as it can from one side to the next. Pull your stomach up and in, drop your chin. And remember, as the shirt says, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Hello, Awkward the Cat. It's nice to see you. Side to side, gradually increasing the speed. And now we're going to go back to that very first turning motion. Your hand will go to the side, so it's just perpendicular to your body. You're going to do the same thing here. This is going to shift the focus of the work to the back of your shoulder, making your shoulders stronger, the side of the shoulder. You want to have very strong shoulders when you learn bow staff spinning. It's going to keep you safe from injury. It's also going to make you a lot stronger, a lot healthier in all situations. Put it in the other hand, go to the side. Nice to see you too. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. If you like this kind of bow staff work, long martial arts staff, if you like to spin it, if you like to train with it, you just like learning something new, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. That helps this channel grow. That's why I need you to do that. You're just going from side to side, and then you're going to go over your head and do the second exercise again. Coming from one side over to the other side. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast is your mantra as you get started. You will get faster very quickly as your muscles get stronger, as your tendons get stronger, as everything gets stronger. Focus on your breathing. Slow and steady in through the nose, out through the mouth, stomach up and in. You're going to do each one of these exercises at least 30 seconds, so you're getting a good benefit. And now I want you to put two hands on. I'm going to show you two ways to spin a staff with two hands. The first way is with your hands, palms facing different directions, and your hands are going to be close together here. Hello, Phil. Phil's in the UK. You're going to come from one side of your body to the other side. Now, the key to this move is think about swimming with your top hand. Only think about one hand at a time, even though you've got both hands on your staff. I'm going to slow it down. So I bring it here. See how much your body's going to turn. And then you're going to bring it to the other side. Your body's going to turn. It's going to feel like a nice stretch. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Take your time. Gradually increase the speed. Go as fast as you want to go with this move. Your body will tell you the right speed. Now, this is the first way you're going to learn how to spin a staff with two hands. And we're going to come back to two-hand staff spinning in a minute. But I'm going to have you take off one hand. And in this case, I'm going to have you take off your top hand and now focus on the bottom hand and continue with that same motion. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Just means crawl, walk, run. Allow your body time to change, time to strengthen, time to get familiar with the move. You'll become smooth. That smoothness leads to a lot of speed, power. Everything gets better faster. Now, after you've done that, you're going to put your hand back on it and change which hand was on top. So you had this hand on top the first time. Now you'll have this hand on top. And with that same hand, go back to your two-handed spin, thinking about just one hand at a time. Hello, Tony. Tony's here. It's good to see Tony. Going from from one side to the other side. If you haven't done so already, please give me a thumbs up. That helps me grow the virtual dojo we're all a part of, and we all train together. But really think about turn your body and make big motions at the beginning. As you speed up, you'll make a smaller motion. You're still gonna turn your shoulders, turn your hips, and you're gonna increase your speed that way. And then like before, take the top hand off, go to just one hand, and now spin from one side to the other side. Stomach up and in, abs tight, drop your chin, breathe through the nose, out through the mouth. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, speed it up. Challenge yourself to grow. And now you're gonna put two hands on your staff and they're gonna be separated evenly so that if you look at the length of your staff, your hands are not in the middle, but they're still evenly spread in the middle, about as wide as your shoulders. A little too narrow, a little too wide, just right like that. Now this is the second way I want you to learn how to do a two-handed staff spin. The first way was like this. This is more like the Indian style Silambam. If you're familiar with the Indian style martial arts, this is more of a Chinese style. This, in this position, is more Japanese Okinawan style. But in the Okinawan martial arts, Japanese martial arts, you don't spin the staff. You do spin in the Chinese styles, you do spin in the Indian styles. So this is a blended style that you're learning. So staff spins, if you learn traditional fighting using your staff with the Okinawan style or the Japanese style, you're not gonna ever spin it. In fact, you've run into some of those instructors who will yell at you if they see you spinning. You and I spin because we understand it's kind of like jumping rope for a boxer. It's gonna condition your lungs, it's gonna condition your arms, it's gonna condition your legs. So go ahead and spin. But you're gonna hold it here in this style. This is more Korean, Chinese style. And you're going to think about pulling down on one side and then pulling down on the other side. So when you go to your left, think of pulling your left hand down and let your right hand just follow it. The key is don't bring one hand off. So scoop it down here and down here. You're going to start to add another move. After you do that first pulling move, you're gonna bring the bottom or the top hand, it was the follow hand, is gonna go under your arm and the top hand's gonna come down. Now I'm gonna show you what these really are. This is two strikes in one block. The block is a clearing block. So when you're pulling this way, this is your right hand, you're pulling it down, you're really striking with the front side. You're striking the top of the head, or maybe his hand, or he's got a weapon, you're striking with the front side. So you're starting here, but understand that's a strike. And when you bring that down, you're not gonna stop there, you're gonna bring the back side around, and you're gonna strike down with the back side, striking him twice. And remember I said 2 strikes and 1 blocking move? After you do that second strike, you're gonna bring it all the way down and clear it across your body. This is a blocking move, pushing across your body. Once you push it across, you're gonna pull the backhand out, and you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. Pulling back here like you're rowing a boat, but you're striking with this front hand. Continue all the way around, strike with the backhand, which now becomes the front hand. Go down, sweep it across your body, and pull it out. 1, 2. And if you've ever watched a Star Wars movie with somebody using a double-bladed lightsaber like Darth Maul, and that's your thing, this is the move. This is the two-handed spin that Ray Park, the actor who plays Darth Maul, is using. He uses a couple different spins, but this is one of the big ones. This is the one that a lot of people like to learn when they're training with their double-bladed lightsaber. But again, I just whacked my knee. It's 2 strikes, 1 block, or 1 clearing. Phil says an Englishman shipwrecked in Spain long ago fought with a quarterstaff, could beat several swordsmen. Yes, there's also the famous story in Musashi, where Musashi fights the man with the longer staff. The man with the longer staff loses, cuts his staff down, comes back with the Jo, which is the shorter version, and beats Musashi. So a staff is a very formidable weapon. From here, And look, you've got length, you've got reach advantage. He's got a knife, and all you have is a 6-foot piece of hickory, and this piece of hickory is made for self-defense. This is a self-defense martial arts staff. That's why it's so heavy. If you look in the first link below, you can see all of the dimensions, what it's made out of, how thick it is, and it feels like butter in your hands. It's the manufacturer of this one, this is made by Cane Masters. They normally make canes, but they make this one special for me and for my students who train self-defense using this weapon. And by the way, in self-defense, we're not spinning. You're not gonna spin in self-defense, but you will in self-defense training. You're gonna do a lot of spinning in self-defense training because it's good for proprioception, it's good for timing and distance, it's good to learn how to move through space and time, and it builds callus in your hands, power in your grip, conditions the heart and lungs. Like I said, it's like spinning the staff is like skipping rope for a boxer. Boxers have to skip rope, condition the legs. Hello, Philip. Philip's here. Philip's good to see you. But we're gonna go back. We're doing two-handed spins, Philip, with two hands like you're doing push-ups. In this position, pull and strike with the front hand, bring the back hand, strike forward, clear across the body, and bring it out, going from one side to the other side. And again, the other way to do the two-handed spin, hands together, slum bomb style. Hello from Texas, Wilmer, Texas. John says, John, it's good to see you. You're coming here, one side to the other side. You can pick up a lot of speed with a spin like this. You can even, if I had higher ceilings, I would show you, you can have one longer side and one shorter side and spin like this. And it's a fun way to train. It's gonna really build your forearm grip, your hand grip, your shoulder strength, all these different spins. Now, the next spin I'm gonna have you do is going to be a one hand on top, one hand on the bottom, butterfly spin. There's the butterfly's wing, the thumb's there. Thank you, Tony. Tony says he's gonna add this to his training. When you turn this around, notice that your wrists are still in contact. Your hands aren't gonna come apart. Your wrists are gonna stay together, but you do have to pull your hand out of the way to let it go by. So from here, pull it in, let it go all the way over, grab it, pull the front hand or the top hand out of the way, and you're gonna just sit it right in there and let it roll right into the hand. You try to really slow it down. I got my slow is smooth, smooth is fast shirt. I got class tonight. I have a group of students who love to work with the staff. I'm wearing it for them because if I say it once, I'll say it a million times because it's so important. So when you learn how to do almost anything in martial arts, but especially working with weapons, you can get frustrated very fast because you want to look really good and you want to go very fast. But the key is build muscle memory, build muscle strength, build muscle control by moving slowly. Get your ego out of the way. That's the hard part. See how your wrists don't come apart? Now this is the first way I want you to do it. The second way is I do want you to bring your hands apart, let your elbows kick out a little bit, and go for speed. This is kind of a deconstructed butterfly spin or skip catch. See a lot of guys on YouTube lately. It's become a popular fad for some big YouTubers to teach themselves how to spin a staff from scratch. And this is the one they all go for, just because it looks cool and it's fancy. This is also a Darth Maul move for those of you Star Wars fans. Now from there, the only thing you have to do is switch which hand is on top and then change directions. And by the way, you can go in both directions. You can do it this way and this way. So the direction of the spin doesn't matter as much. But generally speaking, when your left hand is on top, your staff is spinning in a clockwise fashion. When your right hand is on top, it's spinning in a counterclockwise fashion. Now I'm getting a great pump and a workout in my shoulders. I hope you are too, because this is such a great shoulder strengthening and health bringing. It's gonna make your shoulders super healthy and strong. A lot of you tell me all the time in the comment section, and if this is true for you, please put in the comment section if you have felt your shoulders getting stronger and healthier from practicing with the martial arts staff, long staff, short staff, medium staff, or any other martial arts weapons. If you felt what I felt, your shoulders getting stronger, you getting healthier, please put that in the comment section below and give me a thumbs up, because the thumbs up help me to grow this channel. Now, I just dropped my staff, which I do all the time when I train, and probably till the day I die. I've been training with staff for 40 years, and I still drop it. And I want you to know that, because you're gonna drop it too. It's only a problem if you don't pick it up. You get all poopy pants and all whiny face and you drop your staff and you get mad about it, then you're not gonna learn. Hello, Daniel, it's good to see you. Daniel, I had a great, I can't say the words, I don't wanna get the channel banned, but I appreciate your sentiment. But yes, I did. I hope you also had a great day on the 4th. Aqua the cat, sore last week from practicing the bow. Absolutely. All right, now, you've done the two-handed spins, we've done the one-handed spin. I wanna go back to, K-Masters do not do a Darth Maul stick, no. If you want a Darth Maul, my favorite, and I left them in Ohio, I have, let me show you real quick, because I'm proud of this little corner here. We got it organized finally. I'm gonna move the camera, don't get nauseous. But you can see, this is just like it's like 20 bucks on Amazon, just for the garage, right? But this is where all the staffs are. This is a single-bladed lightsaber, right? I do teach this sometimes in a special class, but there's an attachment. You can screw these together, and then you've got a double-bladed lightsaber. And then, of course, there is one. It's all the way in the back. You can find those things on, actually, let's switch, since we're here. All right, we'll bring it back out. Sorry about that. You can find double-bladed lightsabers on the internet. If you type it in, you go for a search. I don't represent any brands or anything. But I will say this: get the shortest one you can get, and get the lightest one you can. Because when you get really long and heavy, like I did at the beginning, they're really hard. But something like this is fun. This is machined aluminum. This is something which you can move very quickly and do a lot of different tricks with. And it has a nice light diameter, but it's a little heavy. So the heaviness allows you to move it a little bit quicker than like a graphite staff. A graphite staff, you can do a lot of fast tricks, but they're more like baton, like twirling a baton. And there's a lot of baton influence in bow spinning, but it's not martial arts. Baton and martial arts are not the same thing. I like to do most of the things that you and I do together when it comes to spinning do come from martial arts and are not bow or baton, you know, like twirling a baton, like the majorettes or whatever they're called. And you will see some people who use those types of spins. Nothing wrong with it, just a different style. And it works really well with the graphite staff, the really super light one. I've got one there in the corner. But this one's nice because it's small like that. It's smaller in diameter, but it's also really good to train for self-defense. Now, aluminum bends, so it would not be a great option for self-defense. You'd rather have that hickory bow, that first link below. But I did want to show you this one. It's been a while since I've had it out. I'm gonna bring this back up because I want you to go behind your back on the next spin. Over the head, behind the back, one of my favorite combinations. So simple, easy to learn if you break it down by starting over your head and turning your hand out. And you'll remember this was our warm-up. That's the first half of it. The second half is when you go out, let it drop behind your back. Now notice that when you're going down with your hand, you're not spinning your staff. If you do, you'll hit yourself with the back side of your staff. And I can tell you that the other thing that I like about this staff is that when you make a mistake with it, you feel it. And you learn very quickly when you feel it. That's why I don't like to teach with a lot of, I do with the real little kids, we do some foam weapons, but I really don't like foam because it takes away the pain. It's like riding a bike. If you put the training wheels on and the helmet and the elbow pads and the knee pads, yeah, you're not gonna have any skin knees, but in my experience, it's also gonna take them 5 times as long to learn how to ride a bike because we've taken all the risk out of living. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. Daniel's challenged people to join the channel, and if you do join the channel, it does support me and it does support the school, and it allows us to grow and reach more people with this virtual dojo. All right, but you're gonna come out, drop it. Remember, don't spin and bring it out. But what I was saying was, if you take all the risk out of life, there's no reward. There's no sense of accomplishment. There's no self-esteem. There's no self-esteem, there's no confidence. There's no self-esteem, there's no confidence, there's no sense of purpose. And that might seem like an oversimplification. And I'm not just blaming knee pads and helmets and training wheels and foam martial arts weapons, but you do enough of that, and then you end up with a lot of mental health issues, a lot of horrible things that happen because of that. A lot of kids being raised without good role models, and we don't want that. So you're gonna go over the head, behind the back, over the head, behind the back, and I don't want you to stop there. I want you to bring it from behind the back and then to the front of the body and out. And when you do this, we also did this in the warm-up, right? We're just going side to side. I just want you to feel like where it stops, and then go behind the back and then bring it out. Go to the front of the body, let it stop, go back, go to the front, go back, go over the head, go back, go to the front, go back. And now I want you to show you how to make that smooth. When you bring it to the front of your body, from one side to the other, you start to do the warm-up exercise, where your hand comes to the other hand. I showed you how to do this. You know how to do this. And then you have to learn how to go from one hand to the other one. When you bring it from your left hand to your right hand, instead of going back there, go behind your back. So try something like that. Challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone. Akban Israel, Gal Nitsan says, hello from Akban Israel. Hello, welcome here, thank you for coming. But practice going from the back to the front, and then throw in, because you know how to do it, over your head, to the back, to the front, to the back, over the head, to the back, to the front, and to the back. Now you have some pretty cool moves. Now you just have to start moving your feet around. So what you'll do is you'll start to go hand to hand again, take a couple steps forward, take a couple steps backward, step forward, step backward, and then go behind your back, and you're facing the other direction. Anytime you spin and you turn your body, while you're spinning, you're going to turn your body in the other direction. It changes the spin. So all we've done so far in this workout are forward rotation spins. So they're only going forward. To make it a reverse spin, right now you're in the forward spin, is simply turn your body and face the other direction, and now you're going into a reverse spin without having to think about it. That's the key too. Don't think about it. If you think about it, you're gonna stop your hands and you're gonna mess yourself up. But that's okay, because that's what you're here for. You're here to grow, you're here to learn, right? So forward, face one direction, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Turn and pull them out the other way. July is the slowest month here. All my students travel. And when a lot of them don't come, they don't pay. So you can help me if you have an interest in any of the shirts that I sell and that I wear, because I wear them all and I sell them at the link below. You can get them for 20% off if you use the link below, and there's a discount code. So if you want a shirt, now is a good time to get it, because it's 20% off for the whole month of July. July is my favorite month because it's my favorite holiday of the year after Christmas. I also like Thanksgiving. I like giving thanks. But it's also the slowest month. It's the one where I hold my breath a lot. You're gonna turn and face the other way. And as we all know, gas prices don't make it any easier. But you're going from hand to hand, you're pulling it out. You're facing the other direction, you're going forward. facing the other direction, pulling it out, going in the reverse. Now, you know how to go behind your back, so the next thing that I want you to try is walk forward, but then go behind your back and face the other direction. Go back into your forward spin, walk forward, go behind your back, and face the other direction. If you want to continue to spin, you'll be in a reverse spin. And then you can just turn forward from the reverse spin into the forward spin, but then go behind your back, and now you're in the reverse spin. So anytime you want to turn forward to keep it going forward from reverse, turn back, behind the back, and I want you to see what my feet are doing because it looks like I'm doing something really fancy. When I learned this, it took me forever to figure out what my instructor's feet were doing, so I want to slow it down. And I wanted you to see, all I'm doing is this. I know, it's silly, right? But if you're moving forward and you go behind your back, you're simply turning. And you can do a full turn. You can keep turning, and unless you get dizzy like I do. I can only do about 2 turns before I get too dizzy. So just a fair warning. If you do it too much, you're gonna make yourself too dizzy. So you're going behind the back, turning back into forward spin, put it in one hand, go behind your back, flip it over your head, go forward, facing the other direction. This is called flow, bow flow or flow arts. This is just when you start to move your body and you become one with your staff. And all of these basic beginner spins become intermediate spins because you're turning your body. And then eventually they become advanced spins because you're going in different dimensions. You're going above your head, different planes of motion. Above your head, in front of your body, from side to side, to the side, to the back. And that's the most fun that you get with the bow staff spins, in my opinion, is when you start to freestyle and flow and figure out what moves are your signature moves or what you like to do or what you can do. And then the next time you go to use it for self-defense, or maybe you do combat bow, that's where we do use padded weapons, but they have a hard core and a little bit of hand pads and a helmet. And then we just go to town and light each other up with them. And that's so you can learn how to practically fight for self-defense using a long martial arts weapon. And like I said, you're gonna hold it in this position most of the time. You guys have been awesome. I will see you on the next one. And again, give me a thumbs up if you haven't done so.